Tuesday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Tuesday. I'm your host for South Carolina weather, Jesse Peterson. And let's talk about the weather for your Tuesday evening going into your future. We're looking at the radar right now. You can see that we do have some rain going on over here inside the PD region. Also, maybe some rain going on down, or some small showers going through the low country of South Carolina right now, up there near Harleyville and Ridgeville. Also, we just talked about the rain over here in King Street, Johnsonville, and just the south of Hemingway as well. And if you go up here towards the upstate, barely anything for the upstate at all. The MRMS right now, if you go on and move through, get rid of the names. We push this up. You see that we do have some rain going on. Obviously, we just talked about the southeast. But we also do have some precipitation going on from Alabama all the way up through Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, both Virginias, up into Pennsylvania, New York, and then also some precipitation over here in the west as well. Go to winter weather precipitation. You can see that we do have some rain, some high elevation snow inside the west. We also do have some slight snow, not really a lot, but just some slight snow going into places like North Dakota. And the east is doing fine. No snow over there. It's all just rain. Cloud cover right now. Cloud cover is honestly just covering the entire state right now. Some spots heavy, some spots light and moderate, but mostly the entire state is covered, and that's really all that matters. And if you go to current cloud cover as well, as you push this forward, you see cloud cover moving out of the way and getting out of South Carolina by the time we get into tomorrow night. So cloud cover will be here until around tomorrow night, but then it will push out of here, and we're gonna have some nice days, or at least a nice start to our Thursday with no cloud cover. But then as we move into around Thursday night, isolated scattered clouds may try to push through, but the beginning part of Thursday will probably be nice. In terms of the current temperatures as well, 61 inside of Columbia, 66 inside of Charleston, as well as 66 inside of Myrtle Beach, 57 in Rock Hill, 57 inside of Greenville and Spartanburg, as well as Anderson, 61 inside of Augusta, as well as 62 in Fairfax and Walterboro, 64 in Beaufort, and 66 inside of Savannah. We go into our low temperatures for tonight. 58 in Greenville and Spartanburg, as well as Rock Hill, 58 in Cheraw, and Greenwood, Anderson, Newberry, 60 inside of Columbia, Sumter, Florence, Georgetown, and Barnwell and Aiken, as well as 61 inside of Orangeburg, Moncks Corner, 62 in Walterboro and Myrtle Beach, as well as 64 in Charleston, 65 in Hilton Head Island, maybe even higher than that, somewhere near the coastal regions near Hilton Head Island. Here's our forecast precipitation for the next 24 or so hours. Some rain, at least a hundredth of or a half an inch to an inch is possible up there near Anderson, South Carolina, and over there near the South Carolina-Georgia border, the northern part of it. Also, a quarter of an inch to a half an inch possible inside of Greenville, Spartanburg, Rock Hill, Winsboro, as well as Lawrence, Greenwood, Orangeburg, Barnwell, and Charleston, and Hilton Head Island all has a chance for a quarter of an inch to a half an inch, maybe even a half an inch to an inch isolated inside of low country South Carolina near Walterboro as well. Tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch possible inside of Newberry, Columbia, Sumter, as well as Florence, Cheraw, Dillon, and maybe even a hundredth of an inch to a tenth of an inch possible inside of Georgetown and Myrtle Beach as well. So rain possible for the entire state as we move through the next 24 or so hours. And if you go on and look at thunderstorm risk, you can see as we move through tonight, we do have a risk for some thunderstorms. Let me go check that out. All right, we do have a risk for some thunderstorms as we go through today, or tonight, I should say. And then if we go into tomorrow, which you can't see it, but if you go into tomorrow, pretty much a TSDM in effect for pretty much I'd say the entire low country of South Carolina, the PD region of South Carolina, and most of the Midlands of South Carolina as well. And that's pretty much it. I can't do nothing with that. I don't know what's going on there, but no tropical cyclone activity expected for the next 48 or so, for the next 7 days or 48 hours. Let's go on and talk about the models now. If you go to around 9 p.m., you go push this forward, you can see that the shower activity is pushing through. Even some thunderstorm activity as well is pushing through as well. And then if you continue to push through, going into tomorrow afternoon as well, isolated shower activity again is pushing through even as you get into around 1, 2, 3, 4 p.m. and then 6 p.m. all the way to 8, 9 p.m. tomorrow night as well through the PD region of South Carolina. And that is pretty much it in terms of activity, in terms of rain activity over the next 48 or so hours. So that is pretty much that right there. Let's go on and talk about our future. Go to the next 380 hours or so, next 400 hours. Go on and push this over here. You see that as we get into, time is in the top right corner of your screen, but there goes all that rain and we're monitoring there. That's going to pass by us. Cold front will have would have passed by us by that time, but cold air is going to build down into South Carolina as you go into around November the 22nd, and then some warm air may try to take over as you get to Thanksgiving, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be warm and up in like the 70s, 80s, and stuff like that. It doesn't necessarily mean that. Technically just means that it might be a bit warmer, but I mean, according to this, actually, though, they say that it might actually try to be in the 70s on November the 27th. But as you go into Thanksgiving, though, go to 1 p.m. on Thanksgiving, it could be, again, up to around 70 degrees. But if you go to around 7 p.m., which is around the time most people start eating on Thanksgiving, around 60 degrees-ish, they're on there. But then, cold air starts to build down, and that is a cold front. A cold front will pass during the night of Thanksgiving. So not Thanksgiving Day, but Thanksgiving night is when a cold front will be passing by. And then the day after Thanksgiving, you should probably be able to see, or it's going to be pretty much taking the entire day to pass. But once it passes, you'll see low temperatures on November the 29th, going into November the 30th, the morning time in the 30s for most of us, even going into December the 1st as well, early in the morning in the 30s. And then that pretty much is all that is right there. But continuing talking about the rain, though, that's what we were talking about first. You continue to push this forward, you can see that it starts to be, a high pressure starts to develop. We start to receive some nice conditions, and then as we get through around the 28th, maybe even the 29th as well, showers start to push through there. And then December the 1st, December the 2nd, that's a bit too far out to talk about, so we can't talk about that right now. But I believe Thanksgiving is in 8 days now. 8 days and a couple of hours, I believe. So that's kind of in the range. Maybe by like tomorrow or maybe the day after tomorrow, we'll start to get more closer. And we'll be able to really check and see what really will happen on Thanksgiving instead. But I mean, just looking at the model right now, going through to the 28th, it seems like it's going to be okay. Until you get to around maybe like the very late time hours, like 12 o'clock in the morning-ish on Thanksgiving night, where showers might be trying to push through the upstate of South Carolina. But PD region, and especially the low country of South Carolina, seems to be fine, especially for Thanksgiving as well. Northern Midlands might have to watch. But that's pretty much it. In terms of our future, let's go on and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Ms. Oliver says, good evening. It was a hot today. The bugs had a fantastic time. And so did the toad in my front yard. They hope it stays warm, but I don't. Who wants a warm Thanksgiving? Yeah, I just talked about that. If you go back over here and you go back to the shaded region, we go to around, this is the afternoon Thanksgiving right here. I mean, it'll be in the 70s, but then as you go late into the night, it's going to get down to around the 50s, actually. Or not the 50s, but I should say the 60s, maybe the 50s for some. But then, as you get into the night, just the day after Thanksgiving night, it starts to get into around the 30s. And then even after that, into December, our first day of December, early in the morning, it will be like 30 degrees, maybe even 29 for some people as well. So It's going to be different. It's going to fluctuate. But I will say that we might have a warm Thanksgiving this year. It might be warm. So that's something that we're going to have to watch for as we move through the next couple of days or so. Continuing on. Mr. Anthony does say good evening. Good evening to you. Charles says greetings to you. And then my Nana says hi, hello. And then Thad says, just I pray all is well with you. All is well. Thank you so much for asking. And that pretty much is it. So we're going to go talk about San Antonio and Raleigh now. Then we're going to talk about what's going on throughout the entire United States. And then after that, we'll be out for tonight. If we don't have any other comments or anything like that. Again, anyone can comment. You just need to make an account. Going on, talking about San Antonio. From what I could see, I didn't see any rain, and it seems to be like no rain will be expected. Let's go and talk about the temperatures now. Wait for this to load up. Let's go and check out the likes as well. We have 7 people watching, around 8 likes, but we've had 19 people stop by. So, I mean, we could easily go on and get that like button up. So let's go on and do that, please. Let's go on and do that. We do have low temperatures tonight in San Antonio at around 50, maybe even 49. High temperatures tomorrow at around 67. Low temperatures tomorrow night around 44. And then high temperatures going to around 65, 66, maybe even a bit higher than that. So definitely cooler than it has been for sure. If you move up here to Raleigh, North Carolina, you got low temperatures tonight at only around 57. High temperatures tomorrow at around 67. Low temperatures tomorrow night, with that cold front passing by, will be down to around 39, and then high temperatures at around 49. So definitely some frost, or high temperatures maybe in like the low 50s, but definitely some frost is possible as you go through there. As you're going through like tomorrow night into your Thursday morning. But talking about rain now. Rain, not really seeing too much in terms of rain until you get to around like early this morning, around 5, 6 o'clock in the morning as scattered showers pushes its way through. Even as you get into around 5 p.m. and even into 9 p.m., showers could still be trying to push through as well. And that's pretty much it right there. I'm talking about severe weather. Doubt that there's any sort of excessive rainfall, but we always check just to be on the safe side. Nothing for tonight, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, either. If you want to talk about severe weather, go on to the SBC outlook. Nothing for either location except for tomorrow, where there is a TSTM, just some thunderstorms possible tomorrow. Now talking about what's going on throughout the entire U.S. If you go on, and I'm going to pull it up real quick. Powerful storms going on inside the western U.S. right now. Bringing heavy mountain snow, rain, high winds, and hazardous marine conditions to the Pacific Northwest and Northern California through the midweek. Gusty winds and locally heavy snow are possible over portions of the northern and central plains as well up there in South Dakota and North Dakota. Severe weather like severe thunderstorms, heavy rain, flash flooding continues in the central Gulf Coast. And then also fog will be going all the way from northeastern Mississippi all the way through Tennessee, Kentucky, and Ohio. And then that fire condition still goes on inside the northeast. And then we will also be seeing some freezing going on inside of western Texas and southeastern New Mexico. And I believe that that is pretty much it. Also, some fire warnings also going up for western Nevada as well. And I believe that that's about it, except for some stuff inside of Alaska and Hawaii. But let me check out the chat one more time. Let's see what we got going on real quick. Nothing. I don't see anything else. But just in case if I miss anything, I'll address it inside the chat. I'll be here for about another 5 minutes or so just to see if anyone else leaves any sort of messages. So hopefully everyone has a fantastic rest of your Tuesday. I'll be back tomorrow morning with your Wednesday forecast update.
Hey, yeah.